Common Sense Christianity.
All right. Well, I got to say a few things. I think that biblical Unitarianism is really fractured, and we need to capitalize on what we have and not allow ourselves to be fractured by people that come on our channels that want to take us away from what we're preaching, right? And so I was on a channel today. I'm not going to mention the name, but and I love the host, so it has nothing to do with him. I don't want him to take it personally, but I just can't be partaking of that kind of stuff anymore. Just because, first of all, I complain about the people in the comment section that are allowed to be on the channel. There's a certain section of people that are allowed daily to come on, and basically they show up every single live stream. They have no interest in following what we believe, and they're there to just basically be antagonists. Okay, they're like a little group, like a bully group, and they show up every day to basically argue with us and debate or basically whatever. They have no interest in seeing things on our side, and that's fine. But when they start attacking or they start becoming obnoxious, I have an issue with it, okay? And so today I was on the live stream, and it was the same of the same because I've showed up in the past before. And when you start going up and speaking on the panel, some people get really triggered down the comment section because people want to show up and argue. A lot of these people are not even Christians to begin with. They're spiritually just there to cause division, to cause arguments, to troll, to call you names, right? So I blocked most of these people on YouTube. So I'll show up on this channel, listen to people, and I won't even see their comments. However, when I joined StreamYard to be on the panel, unfortunately, an artifact is now I'm able to see their comments. And that bothers me because some of these people get very nasty. They belittle you. They call you a demon. They call you this, that, and the other, whatever. They're just very angry individuals. And so the problem that I have is I have a problem with showing up on these channels where the moderators and the hosts don't do anything about it. They allow these people to be on day in and day out doing the same thing. Okay, I've seen them cuss. I've seen them do, just basically just saying the nastiest things, berating people, belittling people, and the moderators and the hosts allow it. And so to me, I would be banishing these people. On my channel, they don't get this type of grace. If somebody disrespected a friend of mine, a biblical Unitarian on my channel, and they were a Trini, I would banish them. Not to say I gave them a 24-hour timeout. See, they're making friends on other channels with members of the opposite faith, and they're having these daily get-together tea spilling sessions. Like it's basically one big get-together. Tell me about your day. Tell me about your religion. How are you seeing this? Oh, really? And the same thing over and over again. There's no uniformity. There's no focus on trying to preach the gospel and the good news to bring this to other people. It's basically people are getting their flesh filled with the daily squabbles, the daily diatribe, the daily discussions, and the daily arguments. There's no spiritual advancement in this. And that's what I'm looking for is more spiritual advancements. I want to learn and grow. I'll go into channels, sure. I'm not saying debating's wrong. I'll go into channels and debate, and I'll go into channels. I won't have them on my channel, though, and host them as panels and have them on daily like they're part of my focus group, like it's a male version of The View. I'm not going to have that, okay? Maybe a weekly or whatever, have a Trinitarian come on and you can talk and figure out his standpoint, sure. But to have daily discussions on there when you're giving them a voice for their belief system to come on and preach on your channel, I have issues with that because what is your channel for? Isn't your channel to grow and preach the good news? How are you going to draw people to your channel when they come on your channel and they hear a Trinitarian speaking? They don't know what the deal is. Like, they don't know it's his turn. They could just show up and go, oh, this is another Trinitarian channel. Well, I've heard this argument before, and bounce out of there. They don't really think about, well, that's a new perspective. I've never heard of that. Because why? Because most of the people speaking are not going to be biblical Unitarians. So I've gone back and forth. Well, I'm not going to go on anymore, then I'll go on. It's kind of like birthing pains. They're becoming shorter and shorter and more frequent and frequent until the child's born. And so I'll go on and say, I'm not going to go on anymore. Then I'll kind of maybe see some biblical units on there. It's a good discussion. I'll pop on just to see how things are going. Then I'm dismayed about the people that come on the channel or the comment section, whatever. I go, I'm not going to do it again. That's it for me, pretty much. Then I'll go on again, maybe in a couple of days or whatever, and things settle down. And it's the same thing over and over again. Eventually, you get tired of it, and that's it for you. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm done. Okay, I'm done with the squabbling. I'm done with the daily arguments. I'm done with feeding the flesh. I have to grow spiritually. And I see those channels as a spiritual wasteland, a spiritual desert. Same people and the moderators and the hosts and everything do not defend the honor of biblical Unitarians. They allow this bad behavior on the part of these people to continue. And that's the problem that I have with it. I can't go to these channels and risk being brought into rooms where these people are just nasty, obnoxious individuals just because you come on and speak what you believe, right? I go on and speak what I believe, and I don't personally attack these other individuals, but they meet with such vitriol and such hate and anger that why are they even here? Like, do I really want to engage with these people at all? Do I really want to throw a comment in the comment section back to them? No. Okay, there's no point. So many biblical Unitarians now are defending this type of behavior. Because why? Because I really think that most want to just argue. Most want to comment debate. They're using religion as a way to basically get their their debating spirit out or their argument spirit. They want to argue. They want to do all these things. There's a time and place for that. You can go on and have discussions on Matt Slick's channel. You can go on Sam Shimone's channel. Seek them out. Do not bring them into your own house, though. Go after them. Don't bring them into your own house and then defend them in your own house when you're not growing as a family, as a spiritual family, right? And that's what I see today. I see today as too many complacent biblical Unitarians, too cowardly to do anything about it, with no backbone. They allow all these little fringe groups to come on and spill the beans on what they believe and basically turn this 5, 6, 7 hours into just a gossip session with no progress. None. No progress, okay? So I'm done with it. I'll be very scarce on various platforms. As far as this other channel that I was speaking about, I'm done with that channel for now. If I do see progress on it again, I'll go on. But I've fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me, kind of thing, right? I'm my own enemy now when I go on these channels because I've told myself I won't go, and it's kind of like an abusive relationship. Okay, I won't. I promise it'll be good, and I go on there, and it's the same thing. I go away. I'm thinking things change. I'll go back into it again. Nothing's been this changed. Everything stays the same. In fact, it gets worse. I go on again, back and forth, and pretty soon you just finally say, okay, it's over. It's done. The relationship's over, right? It's over. And that's where I'm at right now. The relationship with this channel and the channels is over. But like I said, man, it's better for everybody. Okay? It's better for them because now they don't have to listen to somebody like me bicker. I'm not going to complain. And they can continue doing what they do, and they continue to have these panels and arguing and stuff. And that's cool. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what they want and that's what the channel wants, then go for it. Do it. And I see as myself as being a hindrance to that goal. That's why they keep saying, oh, well, it's his channel. Let him do what he wants. See, they're sticking up for him in the fact that they don't respect him and his channel, but they're sticking up for the fact that they want to be able to argue daily. So they do not want him to listen to me because I said I would banish all of them. They don't want him to listen to me. They want him to continue doing what he does because very nice guy, loving guy, but he's very permissive. And that's what they don't respect about it. They need to be banished. They need to walk in the desert for a while and realize the error of their ways. But by allowing them to come on and have a voice every single day, they're not coming to this realization. They're not going to change. You are not helping them by allowing them to continue believing what they believe and continue to allow them to voice it on your channel. My channel doesn't stick with any of that. So for me, like I said, this is a message to my followers, whoever, you got to figure out what you're going to do. And I'm not trying to say don't go on certain channels, whatever. That's your deal. That's your deal. I'm certainly not going to try to steer anybody away from going on whatever. I'm just saying for me personally, and this is a message to, maybe the host that they watch this, or other people that wonder why I'm not going on to these channels. This is why. This is my declaration why I'm not going on the channels. I don't want to keep bringing up, somebody goes, oh, how come you're not going on the channels? This is why I'm not going on the channels. This is a public service announcement, if you want to say, where I don't have to explain myself over and over again. I'll just send the link and they can listen to it. Okay. So I'm not going to be going on, and like I said, I've said it before, but this is it for me. I've done. This is over, because it's just reconfirming every time that I go on that there's no spiritual peace there. There's no edification. There's no growing. It just basically turns into the same thing. And I don't want to interrupt people. I don't want to seem like the bad guy that's ruining their party and ruining their fun. I don't want to do it. So it's better for both of us, both parties, me and the host of the channel and everybody that's on there that loves to just have a discussion every day. And a lot of it's arguing, to just have a separation. Then I don't have to come on there. You don't have to listen to me complain. And I don't have to go on there and listen to other people make fun or argue or whatever. It's the best of both worlds. So for me, I'm departing. I'm going to focus more on life and then my channel here and there. But for me, man, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but most quote unquote Christians that I've met are some of the craziest people I've ever met. I don't know what it is. So I'm trying to be more spiritual now and not be so much more into religion, quote, so to speak. Try to be more spiritual and more spiritual led. And I see going on to these channels as a hindrance to that. I see that I grow backwards. I regress. I digress. I don't go forward in my spiritual growth. And again, you have these people that show up to argue, and you're going to get caught into the same spirit of arguing, possibly maybe saying something that you don't mean. And to me, there's just too much of a liability for me to continue on that. So I won't be going on these channels anymore. I'll be focusing on my channel. And again, there are channels that I'll go on. I'm not speaking about the broad scope, but there are a couple of channels that are popular channels that I won't go on just because of the allowance of this bad behavior. The mods need to step it up. The host needs to step it up. Like I said, I love the host, but he needs to step it up, and the mods need to step it up and get a backbone. Okay. That being said, God bless.
Common sense Christianity.